Have all 10 of your secret rares for Chaos Origins. Make sure you guys check out Kong's later today and use discount code MCO40. They're going to have everything that you are going to want from Chaos Origins. Yes, pre-sales are going to be here. With this video, we have all 10 secret rares, so we're going to have an opportunity to see what's going on. But deck cores and everything will be available, and discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. I'll leave a link down below to Kong's today. All right, so starting things off, Black Chaos. Now, you thought that Konami wouldn't make the Ritual Light and Darkness deck very expensive, but boy oh boy were we wrong. I think this is probably going to be one of the most expensive secret rares in the set because this is the facilitator of everything. So it allows you to shuffle back a spellcaster or warrior ritual from the hand or graveyard to summon it, which lets you recycle your resources. It kind of completes the loop-de-loop. But we can also send or discard this card to place continuous trap card that mentions Light and Darkness ritual from your deck or graveyard face up on the field. The fact that this can pull back from the graveyard is very, very important as well, but also it gives you access to Mind Shuffle. And then during your main phase, you can banish 2 cards your opponent controls. Don't fall for it says 2. You cannot do up to 2, which is a little bit shameful, but it's okay. And also, if you have a ritual spell in the graveyard, it's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Yes, it does stop droplet. And I cannot tell you the amount of times I've had people actually dropletting this and just being like, oh, I can't believe this. Next up, we have the Magician of Dark Chaos, Black Chaos. The fact that the ritual monsters are secret rare, I think was a little bit of a miss on Konami's part because, you know, you can pull these in Ultra Overframe, which is going to be a little bit frustrating. So we can ritual summon this with Ritual of Light and Darkness. It's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card. That's pretty important. Also, spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects. So your Mind Shuffle is going to lock itself down on the field and you're going to be good. And then on special summon, we can add any spell card from our graveyard to our hand, and then we can target 1 card your opponent controls and banish your face down. I wish we could use the banish face down effect passively and, you know, interrupt on the opponent's turn. But I think it's fine nonetheless that we have such a powerful card at our disposal. Honestly, the fact that we can securely protect our back row with this card, I think is more of the good side of this, you know, but definitely a very, very, very strong card. And then we have Black Luster Soldier, the Soldier of Light and Darkness. This is going to be your offensive piece. So it's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card yet again, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. I mean, they're not really going to be able to get over this thing by battle, but you can also ram into something and then trigger its ability, since it destroyed something by battle, to make you gain 1500 attack and make a second attack, which is technically kind of cool. Also, this thing, if it sticks around on the field, those attack stat gains are going to start to stack, and you're going to start to see some very good things. Also, on special summon, we can target 1 card your opponent controls and banish it. So this also works in your favor because we can rotate into this during the opponent's turn with Mind Shuffle and be able to further interrupt the opponent, which actually is kind of nice. I mean, both the Black Magician and the Black Luster Soldier are both great cards, providing you with, you know, alternating pieces to be able to kind of clean up things. And obviously, it is a lot of high rarity stuff, but we've seen this before. Next up is Pharah, the Primordial Goddess. Now, this card is definitely worthy of having the secret rare slot. Now, we can reveal this card and 1 spell card in your hand until the end of the next turn. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of cards or effects of cards with the revealed spell and trap name. So this starts to get really disgusting because we can put this on something like the Sacred Beast Field Spell, and your opponent's not going to be able to interrupt the Sacred Beast Field Spell like at all. Also, you can reveal a trap card as well to gain protection for it. Now, if this is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard by a spell and trap effect, we can special summon this card, and then if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can take control of 1 monster your opponent controls with the highest attack, your choice, if tied. This does not negate whatever we take. That's a lot of BS written on 1 card, and I do think that, obviously, for how good this card is, there's just a lot of potential gas wrapped up that we can actually use for this thing. Now, we do see the Chaotic Phantasmal Sacred Beast coming in as secret rares. This is a little bit of a miss, in my opinion, because why can I pull these in Ultra Overframe, but they're also secret rares in the set? I'm a little bit frustrated with that fact, but this is going to be your Sacred Beast boss monster. So we can either fusion summon it or special summon it from the extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard, or heavy poly it out of the extra deck, because it's 3 level 10 monsters. It cannot be normal summoned or set. So, 3 of that Time Lord synchro actually get you this. Now, you can only special summon one of these once per turn, no matter which method you use. And the first 2 times the card be destroyed by battle, it is not. And then once per chain, up to thrice per turn. When target one face a monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. And if you do, gain life points equal to half that monster's attack. For a huge boss monster such as this creature, that is a lot to kind of take in, but most extra decks that choose to play this, it's usually a one of. So, you're not really going to lose too much on this. And then Alistair the Reminiscent had to be a secret rare. I guess this makes sense, right? Alistair is the headliner for one of the new themes. We want to be able to, use it. Now, Alistair 2, as we're going to call it, says, hey, if it's in the hand, you can target a spellcaster or a fusion monster on the field, special summon this card, and if you do, the targeted monster gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. Sure, I love a free special summon extender that gives attack points. Why not? Now, a normal special or when flipped face up, we can banish an invoked monster from your extra deck to add an invocation or a spell that mentions it from your deck to your hand. It's pretty cool that the cost of our search is sacrificing a slot out of our extra deck, which I think is kind of cool. Now, if you're looking at playing a pure style of invoked deck at this point in time, you will be able to do so. It's definitely... I think it's cool that, with all of the combined invoked tools that we've got now, we're finally starting to get something that I would consider a little bit more favorable. Now, to go with Alistair, Hyper-Invoked Aeon is also a secret. Now, this is 2+ fusion monsters with different attributes to make this thing. Now, this card is fusion summon. You can banish cards from the field and or graveyards up to the number of monsters used as material. Then if you used 3 or more materials, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish up to 3 cards from it. What is up with Konami making these extra deck ripping monsters? Like, I get that, we're at an era right now where we need to control the extra deck, but it's just crazy. And then quick effect, we can declare one attribute. All other monsters on the field become that attribute until the end of this turn. You can only use one hyper-linked or hyper-invoked Ion effect once per turn and only once that turn. So mode change, extra deck ripping. I mean, this card kind of just does everything that you want for an incredibly powerful boss monster. And honestly, I think that's kind of cool. Now, we get into the Blitzclick expense. Now, Surge being a secret rare, we already had confirmation on this. Now, the problem with Surge being a secret rare is this is one of the most important cards to the deck, because it's reveal this card, target a monster on the field, destroy it, and then special summon this card, and then you get locked out of special summoning except for effect monsters from the hand. And then if another card or cards is destroyed while this card is in the monster zone, we can add a Blitzclick monster from your deck to your hand. The fact that this is your Rhoda, per se, and also most of the Blitzclick monsters have to be able to use their effects on the field. You have to have one on the field to be able to see the extra chain effects. But as these cards do go along within their additional effects, they do typically generate a lot more advantage. So that's something to kind of think about here. The more of these monsters we can produce, usually the greater effect that we're going to be able to have and generate. Now, don't worry, they also knew that Crackle needed to be a secret rare as well. So during your opponent's turn, opponent activates a monster effect on the field. We can reveal this card in the hand, destroy that monster, and then special summon a Thunder monster from your hand. Of course, we get the pseudo lock, which is fine. And then if another card or card is destroyed while this card is in the monster zone, except during damage step, we can send a Blitzclick spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. Why did they just punt this whole archetype? They said, okay, guys, we understand that you guys need incredibly powerful cards for your archetype, but we also understand that we want to sell Blitzclick to you. So you guys have, this massive pickup idea. So congratulations, both Surge and Crackle, and Welstra ended up making it in his ultra rare slots, which is going to be a little bit frustrating to deal with. It's so much money to be dealing with right now. on, you know, the back end. And then, of course, the last secret rare is Pot of Sloth. Draw cards equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, and then draw two, or if you drew 2 or more cards, place cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck equal to the number you drew, -1. And for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot activate Pot of Sloth. This is fine. This is going to be probably one of the better cards we're going to have within the set to be able to find and break the, you know, the boards that your opponent sets up. And obviously, I do think this card is going to have some genuine purpose within, you know, the set. It's definitely going to be a good side deck card. But what do you guys think about everything revealed so far? Please leave a comment down below. Remember to check out Kong's later today, and you guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.